The media has a long history of crossing the line with celebrities, and sexist questions are a glaring example.
It was a couple days ago we finally saw the first photos of you as Catwoman. How do you fit into that suit?
But some female stars have delivered unforgettable responses to such behavior.
When a man is eve-teasing a woman and she's walking by and he's like, "Woohoo, kya lag rahi hai, kaisi chal rahi hai?"
Here are the top 20 female celebs who shut down sexist interview questions. Number 20. Ariana Grande confronts casual sexism in radio interview.
Is this what you think girls have trouble choosing between?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this men assuming that that's what girls would have to choose between?
Now, this is not a...
Starting with my personal favorite moment, Ariana Grande reminded everyone why she is not just a pop icon, but also a role model for standing up against casual sexism.
Double standards, misogyny, racism, sexism, all that shit.
Yeah.
Ariana is no stranger to the limelight, constantly juggling her music career and public persona. In one memorable interview with a group of male radio hosts, Ariana faced a question that many women in the public eye are all too familiar with.
Eye contact.
Ladies learn.
Yeah.
Listen and learn, ladies.
Boys learn.
Oh, excuse me.
The sexist phone versus makeup question. The male hosts asked her about her routine, implying that she should prioritize looking good over anything else.
So, if you could use makeup or your phone one last time, which one would you pick? Makeup or your phone?
This question was a thinly veiled assumption that worth of women is tied to their appearance, a common narrative that is unfortunately perpetuated in the media. Ariana was quick to shut down the insensitive query. With her signature sharp wit, she responded firmly, calling out the casual sexism embedded in the question.
I love it. I love being able to go on. And I mean, of course, the only reason I use Twitter is to talk to my fans, really, and to tweet things that I need to tweet.
Instead of accepting the framing, she expressed that her worth and success come from her work and talent, not her appearance.
But for the most part, I don't look at stuff.
bless you.
People will be like, yo, did you hear about this? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Personally, I admire how Ariana handled this moment with grace and humor while still getting her point across. Many women face these subtle yet harmful questions that undermine their abilities and intelligence.
Yeah, the phone is also for conversation.
And text
No, of
messaging.
course,
to family,
of
to
course.
friends.
Well, when I'm on tour, that's my lifeline is that. But
By addressing such moments head-on, Ariana not only empowered herself, but also set an example for others to challenge sexist assumptions.
when I'm at a dinner table, I like to be present and talking.
Good quality.
Eye contact.
Ladies,
It is important to recognize and confront these everyday instances of discrimination in order to create a more inclusive and respectful environment for all. Number 19. Clinton reflects on double standards and perseverance.
I would observe that Bernie Sanders doesn't exactly talk in a whisper.
Reflections of Hillary Clinton on societal double standards provide a thought-provoking lens into the challenges faced by women in various spheres, including politics.
And I don't want to single anybody out, Jake. Look, we are still living with a double standard.
During an interview with Jake Tapper CNN on State of the Union, Clinton openly discussed how sexism and outdated biases continue to shape public discourse, particularly in media coverage and political commentary.
Every woman I know knows it, whether you're in the media as a woman or you're in the professions or business or politics.
Clinton noted how women in politics, business, and media often encounter unfair scrutiny that their male counterparts rarely face.
And I don't know anything other to do than just keep forging through it.
She specifically highlighted how emotional of women expressions are frequently dissected and criticized, creating an unrealistic expectation to strike a perfect balance between being assertive and composed.
Just taking the slings and arrows that come with being a woman in the arena.
We are still living with a double standard, Clinton remarked, underscoring how this reality persists despite progress in other areas of equality.
We are still living with a double standard.
She also reflected on her own experiences, candidly describing how she has had to endure relentless criticism and opposition throughout her career.
You know, sometimes I talk soft, sometimes I get passionate, and I get a little bit excited. I don't know any man who doesn't do the same thing.
However, Clinton emphasized the importance of persistence and resilience in navigating such challenges, saying, "I do not know anything other to do than just keep forging through it."
I'm so used to this. I'm going to keep making my case. I'm going to keep talking about what I will do as president. I'm going to keep laying out my record.
In the conversation, she also discussed Bernie Sanders and the broader dynamics of political communication. Clinton acknowledged that women in politics often have their records and abilities overshadowed by media narratives shaped by gendered perceptions.
All of a sudden, this is a big discussion about me once again.
Her advocacy continues to inspire conversations around equity, urging society to confront and dismantle ingrained double standards.
That this election be actually about who can do the job that needs to be done starting in January of 2017.
Number 18. Anne Hathaway takes a stand against objectification.
Fans are really excited about this. It was a couple days ago we finally saw the first photos of you as Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway has had her fair share of media attention, but one of the most infamous moments of her career came at the premiere of Les Miserables.
Her look was seriously different to her usual demure looks.
As she made her way down the red carpet, Anne experienced a wardrobe malfunction that was immediately covered by the tabloids. The public obsession with her appearance became a defining moment, but it was not the only instance of her being reduced to her looks in the media.
A lot of lead time.
During a subsequent interview with Matt Lauer, he asked her about the incident, focusing more on her wardrobe mishap than the role she had just played in a major film.
Let's just get it out of the way. You had a little wardrobe malfunction the other night. What's the lesson learned from something like that?
His question seemed to trivialize the hard work she had put into preparing for Les Miserables, instead honing in on the physical blip. Responsive Anne called out the objectification culture head-on. She firmly addressed the tendency of media to focus on appearances of women and how that detracts from their true accomplishments.
It kind of made me sad on two accounts. One was that I was very sad that we live in an age when someone takes a picture of another person in a vulnerable moment and rather than delete it and do the decent thing, sells it. And I'm sorry that we live in a culture that commodifies sexuality of unwilling participants.
She expressed frustration at the way the public continually reduced her to her looks, rather than celebrating her talent or the work she had done. But this was not the only time Anne had to face invasive and shallow questions.
Yeah, so let's get back to it.
During the press tour for The Dark Knight Rises, she was asked an intrusive fitness-related question about how much weight she had lost to fit into her Catwoman costume.
It was a couple days ago we finally saw the first photos of you as Catwoman. How do you fit into that suit?
This kind of questioning, while seemingly innocuous, highlighted the pressure placed on women in Hollywood to conform to unrealistic beauty standards.
It takes three of us. A lot of lead time.
Anne once again called out this type of questioning, demonstrating that women should not be judged for their bodies, but celebrated for their talents and skills.
You did not just ask me that
No, I'm
question.
just saying, you're like,
what a forward
whoa.
young man you are. My goodness.
Number 17. Beyoncé reflects on challenges and empowerment in the entertainment industry. In discussing the hurdles faced by women, particularly black women, in the entertainment industry, Beyoncé offered a powerful perspective on persistence and self-reliance.
But that was terrifying. The entertainment business is still very sexist.
She highlighted the deeply ingrained inequalities within the industry, describing it as overwhelmingly male-dominated and lacking in opportunities for women to lead.
It's still very male-dominated, and as a woman, I did not see enough female role models given the opportunity to do what I knew I had to do.
Beyoncé explained that growing up in such an environment, she saw very few female role models being offered the chance to create and lead in the way she envisioned.
Our history, our profundity, and the value of Black lives.
This lack of representation was even more pronounced for Black women, who were often excluded from decision-making spaces.
To the young women, our future leaders, know that you're about to make the world turn.
Faced with these barriers, Beyoncé chose to create her own path, saying she metaphorically chopped down that wood and built her own table to ensure her voice and vision had a place.
Not enough black women had a seat at the table, so I had to go and chop down that wood and build my own table.
A significant aspect of her artistry has been devoted to celebrating and elevating the beauty, culture, and stories of black people.
Then I had to invite the best there was to have a seat.
Through her music, visuals, and performances, Beyoncé has consistently sought to honor black history and demonstrate the profound value of black lives.
That meant hiring women, men, outsiders, underdogs, people that were overlooked and waiting to be seen.
Her narrative is not just about overcoming systemic bias, but also about redefining what leadership and representation look like in the entertainment world.
Who, although supremely qualified and talented, were turned down over and over as executives at major corporations.
Journey of Beyoncé inspires others to break barriers and advocate for change, proving that creating space for oneself and others can transform industries and empower communities.
One of the main purposes of my art for many years has been dedicated to showing the beauty of black people to the world.
Number 16. Taylor Swift shuts down gendered expectations on settling down. Taylor Swift reflects on gendered criticism in the music industry.
And I think I'm better at standing up for myself when I've been wronged.
Renowned singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, whose accolades include 10 Grammy Awards, has consistently faced scrutiny in an industry where gender bias remains prevalent.
Since all my addresses are on the internet, people tend to show up uninvited. Like, dudes that think we have an imaginary marriage.
During an interview with CBS Sunday Morning, aired on August 25th, Swift shared her experiences with the unique challenges women encounter in the music world, offering insights into her journey and the double standards she has observed. Swift revealed that, despite her accomplishments, critics often cast doubt on her work, questioning whether she writes her own songs and placing undue attention on her personal life, particularly her relationships.
Gonna have people going, did she write all her own songs? Talking about your personal life, talking about your dating life. There's a different vocabulary for men and women in the music industry, right?
Reflecting on these recurring challenges, she discussed the stark disparity in language used to describe men and women in the industry. Actions of men, she noted, are frequently described in empowering terms such as strategic or bold. In contrast, women displaying similar traits are labeled as calculated or smug.
An example.
Okay, a man does something, it's strategic. A woman does the same thing, it's calculated.
Swift also highlighted how men asserting themselves are seen as confident, while women doing the same are accused of being emotional or irrational. Throughout the interview, Swift talked about other aspects of her career.
A man is allowed to react, a woman can only overreact.
Including her songwriting process and her experiences growing up in the spotlight. She also addressed the recent sale of her former record label, Big Machine Label Group, which impacted the ownership of music from her early albums.
That's great. It's actually, I tell myself, it's actually really ungrateful to just assume that you have 20 years. Be stoked that you have today.
Number 15. Priyanka Chopra gave poised response to a misguided question on feminism.
That for some stupidity of a boy, a girl gives a slap. As a feminist, I haven't seen you ever complaining against the abuse of a man.
Priyanka Chopra, an acclaimed actress and former Miss World, has often been a symbol of empowerment and resilience. During an interview, she was confronted with a question that seemed to trivialize the essence of feminism.
Where is your equality?
Where's mine?
If God forbid, if a man slaps a woman, it's a crime. The sky fall on the land, on the earth.
The interviewer brought up scenes in Indian films where women slap men, questioning why Priyanka, as a feminist, had not objected to what he termed abuse against men.
This question,
Yeah,
bring it.
and the other, Eve on the screen.
Yeah.
He then attempted to draw a parallel, asking why slapping a woman was considered a crime, but slapping a man was not equally condemned.
A girl slaps a man.
Yeah.
Where is your protest as a feminist? Where is the equality?
Priyanka handled the moment with her characteristic grace and intellect. She calmly addressed the question by reframing its intent.
So you're saying when a man Eve teases a woman, she slapping him is what was the word you said? Is abuse of a man.
Instead of reacting defensively, she highlighted the flawed perspective it reflected.
When a man is Eve teasing a woman and she's walking by and he's like, "Ooh, kya lag rahi hai? Kaisi chal rahi hai?"
Priyanka asked whether the interviewer was implying that a response of women to harassment or catcalling constituted abuse.
Woman shouldn't go, "Chal be." Psh. You're saying that's wrong.
She questioned the notion that a woman defending herself was somehow unjust.
Because physiologically men and women are different, sir. There is no debate about it.
Elaborating further, she explained that feminism is not about physical strength or retaliation, but about creating equal opportunities.
When we talk about equality and opportunity, we talk about cerebral opportunity. We're not saying I want to be able to be 200 pounds like a man and beat the shit out of somebody else.
She clarified that it is about ensuring women have the right to excel in their careers, lead organizations, or balance professional and personal roles without facing scrutiny.
We're not saying that. We're saying you get the ability to get the job, to be the CEO, and nobody questions when you're driven at 50 and have 3 children how you're managing it all. Don't question me.
By steering the conversation toward the true essence of equality, Priyanka made it clear that feminism seeks to break stereotypes, not perpetuate them.
Feminism is not about berating men. It is not about saying we are better than men. It is not about putting men down. It is just about saying stop treating us like second-class citizens.
Number 14. Rihanna shuts down. Sexist question at red carpet interview. Rihanna, the global music and fashion icon, was attending the red carpet event for the launch of her fragrance, Rogue Man.
It's about the ladies, and this is like one time that I get to do something special for my male.
This fragrance marked a milestone in her brand expansion, and she was there to celebrate its success and talk about her journey. As is often the case with public appearances, the event quickly shifted from discussing her work to probing her personal life.
I have always wanted to make a male fragrance, even before I made female fragrance.
During the red carpet interview, a reporter asked Rihanna about the qualities she looks for in a man, a question that was both vague and rooted in outdated stereotypes.
And what are you looking for in the next man?
Pardon?
What are you looking for in a man now to wear this cologne?
It implied that a worth of woman, especially in the context of relationships, revolves around her romantic preferences. Such questions are commonly aimed at women, often reducing them to their relationship status rather than celebrating their accomplishments or ideas. The interviewer, rather than focusing on success of Rihanna and professional milestones, chose to inquire about her preferences in a partner. Rihanna, however, was not about to entertain a question that sought to define her by traditional gender expectations. With her trademark confidence and poise, she shut down the question with a sharp response.
I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there.
She made it clear that her work and career were her main focus, and that personal questions like these were irrelevant to her public persona. Number 13. Jennifer Aniston, breaking the silence on pregnancy expectations. For years, Jennifer Aniston has been subjected to endless speculation by the media regarding her personal life, particularly about whether she was pregnant.
The world is waiting for you guys to get pregnant. This must drive you nuts.
These questions, often thinly veiled as concern or curiosity, reflected a pervasive societal fixation on decision of a woman to have children. During an interview addressing this, Jennifer firmly responded, sending a strong message to those obsessed with the idea of her fulfilling traditional expectations of womanhood.
It's amusing. It's also what, we're like, a couple of the month, so that'll pass.
Right.
So, somebody else will fill the slot.
In her now iconic response, Jennifer stated, "Okay, no uterus, no opinion."
Stay excited and possibly something will happen.
This statement, direct and unapologetic, called out the unfair scrutiny and double standards imposed on women. By highlighting the absurdity of allowing others to dictate such personal choices, she exposed the relentless pressure faced by women in the public eye.
Sometimes women get into marriages, relationships, or however it looks, and they can't have children. So the choices are so vast now.
Jennifer elaborated on the broader issue, emphasizing that fulfillment is deeply personal and varies for everyone.
It doesn't look as the sort of picture-perfect father, mother.
She spoke about the joy and purpose that can come from areas beyond parenthood, such as career accomplishments, meaningful relationships, or individual growth.
Little kids, dog named Spot, picket house, picket fence and all that stuff. It comes in, two daddies, two mommies, single mommies, single daddies, married couple. I mean, it doesn't,
This perspective not only shut down the intrusive question, but also sparked a vital conversation about allowing women to define their lives on their terms. Number 12. Breaking down stereotypes in the entertainment industry. In an interview with Brazilian comedian Rafael Cortez, Orange is the New Black stars Natasha Lyonne and Samira Wiley were confronted with an unexpected and unnecessary question.
It's very hard to do this acting, especially on those days.
Cortez began by complimenting both actresses on their beauty, a remark that was immediately followed by an awkward and misguided inquiry about the challenges women face during their menstrual cycle, implying that they might become angry or furious on set because of it.
Because sometimes on those days, you start to be angry, to be furious, you keep fighting on each other.
Wiley, with grace and poise, responded by addressing the stereotype that women on film sets might be petty or difficult with each other.
I feel like it's accidentally maybe a little bit misogynistic because it's like, you're so beautiful. What's it like having to do all that acting?
Clarifying that, on their set, that simply was not the case. It was a reminder that such outdated notions do not define professional environments, particularly in an industry where women have proven their worth time and again.
What do you mean? Because
we're so beautiful are?
Yeah, because...
Leon, however, did not hold back and more directly called out the sexist nature of the question.
I can't tell if that's the question, but if it is, it's insane.
She noted how such assumptions about women are often steeped in unconscious misogyny. "You are so beautiful. What is it like having to do all that acting?" was the subtext of the question, suggesting that beauty of women somehow undermines their ability to be professional and talented.
So beautiful. What's it like having to do all that acting?
Leon firmly reminded the interviewer that the cast of show is not only beautiful, but also immensely capable, professional, and talented.
Thank you. I'm a #1 fan.
Oh, thank you.
Beauty had no bearing on their abilities, and their focus on work and the craft of acting took precedence over superficial notions. Her statement was a clear rebuke of the reduction of women to their looks in the entertainment industry, emphasizing that they are far more than just appearances. Number 11. Keira Knightley confronts gendered expectations about career and personal life. At an awards event for The Imitation Game, Keira Knightley, widely recognized for her acting talent, was celebrated for her role in the movie.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
The film, which tells the story of Alan Turing, earned her significant praise, highlighting her ability to bring a complex character to life. Portrayal of Keira for Joan Clark, a brilliant cryptanalyst who worked alongside Turing during World War II, was a standout performance, earning her accolades in the film industry. However, Despite her professional success, Kira found herself faced with a question that many female celebrities encounter: how she managed to balance her demanding career with her personal life. At the awards event, a reporter posed a question to Kira about how she handled the balancing act between her career and personal life.
Are you going to ask all the men that tonight?
This question, while often asked of women in the entertainment industry, became problematic in its assumption that women must justify how they manage both their professional ambitions and personal responsibilities.
You just do. I think in the same way that everybody else does. You know, I mean, you have your work that you love, and then you make sure that you have time for your life and for the people who are important to you.
Such questions rarely arise for men in the same industry, making it clear that women are often held to different standards.
One more question, did I? Okay. Considering the film and considering what just happened, are you looking forward to, because this is the kickoff for award season, are you looking forward to like a really productive award season?
The question implied that balancing these aspects of life was an extraordinary feat, rather than a natural part of anyone's existence.
I don't know. I mean, you know, I think we're all bring it down low, and if it gets more of those, then that's totally fantastic. But really, I think what we're most proud of is the fact that people are really responding to this film, and that's the only reason that you make them. So we'll see.
Kira responded with a sharp and insightful rebuttal that questioned the very nature of the inquiry. She challenged the idea that women should be expected to explain how they balance their career and personal lives, suggesting that such questions reflect outdated societal norms.
Women in maths?
Yes, women and math.
Oh,
because we're
women and maths.
We're in math, yes. Your character.
Instead of focusing on the supposed difficulty of balancing work and personal life, Kira pointed out that the expectations of society need to change. She mentioned it is unfair to assume women must explain their choices or defend their decisions, especially when men are rarely confronted with similar questions.
On the scene as like the only person in a male-dominated film who's doing crossword puzzling. Can you talk to us about like what it meant to play such a strong character?
Yeah, I mean, it's extraordinary to play such a strong character, particularly when there are so few women.
Number 10. Hilarious response of Mindy Kaling to a sexist question about Ocean's 8.
He was so incredulous.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't put this together. No man has ever loved you.
While promoting Ocean's 8 during a press tour, Mindy Kaling found herself responding to an unexpectedly unfair question.
To be in this Ocean's 8 film with all these incredible actresses.
Yeah.
And you guys famously are on a text chain together.
Yes.
Do you guys is this still an existing text chain?
From a male interviewer that left her and her co-stars baffled. Mindy, known for her quick wit and humor, shared the incident during her appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you. It's so nice to be back here.
I saw you recently and we...
Kaling explained that during an interview alongside Anne Hathaway and Sarah Paulson, the interviewer focused on the specific roles of each actress in the heist movie.
So an interviewer, I was doing press with Anne Hathaway and with Sarah Paulson, and it was like, in the movie she plays an actress, and Sarah Paulson, she's a party promoter in it.
Hathaway, who plays an actress, and Paulson, a party promoter, received straightforward questions about their characters. However, when it came to Kaling, the tone shifted. The interviewer asked her how she, as someone who is unmarried and has never been engaged, could convincingly portray a jeweler.
He was like, Mindy, you play a jeweler. Now, you are not married and have never been engaged, so how do you know about diamonds?
Mindy humorously recounted the moment, mocking the assumption that her personal life would have any bearing on her ability to play the role.
How you, a famous spinster? How would you? You've never been anywhere near a diamond before.
With her signature sarcasm, Kaling responded by highlighting the absurdity of the question, marveling at the notion that she could not portray someone familiar with diamonds simply because of her marital status.
No man has ever, it's like as though if you're not married and engaged, you've never seen a diamond.
Seth Meyers chimed in, joking that the interviewer appeared to misunderstand the concept of acting, as none of the cast had robbed a museum either. Number 9. Serena Williams shuts down. Gendered question about her achievements.
I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice, so Andy, stop it.
The career of Serena Williams is widely regarded as one of the greatest in tennis history. Over her illustrious career, she has secured 23 Grand Slam singles titles, the most by any player in the Open era. The achievements of Serena have transcended sports, as she became a symbol of resilience, power, and excellence. She has broken barriers, faced fierce competition, and inspired countless women across the world to pursue their passions, not just in sports, but in every field.
Well, who would it be?
Well, I don't know. Let's say you would be the...
I was hoping you'd say.
All right, feminine side. And me.
Yet despite her extraordinary accomplishments, she has often faced questions that attempt to downplay her greatness by framing it within a gendered context.
Andy Murray, he was been joking about myself and him playing a match. And I'm like, Andy, seriously, like, are you kidding me?
In one particularly notable interview, Serena was asked if she thought a male athlete could ever be beaten by her. The framing of the question reduced the remarkable achievements of Serena to just being one of the greatest female athletes.
I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because...
As if she could not be considered one of the greatest athletes, period. The question, while seemingly innocuous, was rooted in the outdated idea that female athletes must be measured against their male counterparts to be deemed truly successful.
It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster, and they serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game. And
it implied that the success of Serena, regardless of her talent, could only be valued if it was juxtaposed against male athletes.
I love to play women's tennis, and I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice, so Andy's...
An insulting comparison that undermines her immense achievements. As a woman, questions like this hit a nerve. They reflect an ongoing societal issue where the accomplishments of women are often questioned or diminished when compared to their male counterparts. The question not only attempted to belittle the accomplishments of Serena, but also mirrored a larger trend of discrediting women in male-dominated spaces.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you kill me.
I'm with you. When it comes to tennis, I only want to play girls.
Women are often boxed into categories, as if their greatness must always be seen through the lens of how they compare to men. This type of questioning is frustrating because it undermines years of hard work, resilience, and success. It also perpetuates the idea that female success must be qualified, as if it does not stand on its own merit. Serena, with her strength and determination, has constantly shattered those constraints, proving that women can be the greatest in any field without the need for comparison. Number 8. Cara Delevingne, honest and witty exchange with interviewers.
Maybe add a bit more energy. It's the morning.
You do seem a bit irritated. Perhaps it's just us.
During the press tour for Paper Towns, the sharp wit and authenticity of Cara Delevingne took center stage in a now famous interview with Good Day Sacramento. As a rising star stepping into her first major film role, Delevingne faced a line of questions that seemed to trivialize her commitment to the project. When one host asked if she had read the book upon which the film was based,
Nice to have you here. So the movie is based on a best-selling book by John Green. Did you get a chance to read it, or do you even have time to sit and read? These days you're so busy.
Delevingne replied with her signature dry humor saying, "I did not read the book or the script. I just winged it." Her tone was clearly playful.
I never read the book or the script, actually. I kind of winged it.
Yeah.
No, of course, I love the book.
Nice
I think
try.
the book's amazing.
But the interviewers failed to grasp it, leading to a tense and awkward exchange. The conversation became more strained when she was asked if she could relate to her character in the film.
What do you like about Margot?
I'm living my dream.
Specifically, do you have anything in common with her?
Delevingne, maintaining her sarcastic edge, remarked, "No, I actually hate her."
you know, we connected because I think a lot of the script, I'd read some of the lines and I'd said them before, and weird coincidences like that.
Rather than appreciating the humor in her response, the interviewers appeared to take her remarks literally, prompting widespread debate online about her attitude during press engagements. John Green, the author of Paper Towns, quickly came to the defense of Delevingne.
They speak like middle-aged screenwriters rather than the awkward, dopey adolescent that I was. So I love it.
Expressing admiration for her refusal to conform to the predictable format of promotional interviews. He commended her for challenging uninspired questions and staying true to her candid personality, which he felt made her far more interesting than the typical Hollywood persona. Number 7. Lauren Conrad handles inappropriate question with grace and empowerment.
This girl is so smart, man. Give her a round of applause, man.
No
You have
doubt.
really done well with yourself from the early days of TV to now. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Over the years, Lauren has shown that she is more than just a TV personality, establishing herself as a businesswoman with a sharp sense of style. Despite the often shallow perception of reality TV stars, Lauren has carved out a significant niche for herself in the worlds of fashion and literature. However, her professional achievements have sometimes been overshadowed by moments that highlight the inappropriate questions women often face in public life. During an interview on a radio show, Lauren was asked a question that many would find deeply inappropriate. What is your favorite position?
What's your favorite position? CEO.
The question was clearly intended to be a provocative comment about her personal life and sexuality, rather than focusing on her career or achievements. This type of questioning reflects a broader trend in which women, particularly those in the public eye, are often subjected to invasive and sexualized queries that would never be posed to men. Lauren, known for her level-headed nature, responded to the situation with remarkable poise and humor.
CEO. I like that. Yes. High five. CEO. That was dope. Lauren.
Instead of getting flustered or backing down, she cleverly turned the question around, showing how women can handle uncomfortable situations with confidence and grace. In a calm yet firm manner, Lauren responded by pointing out the inappropriate nature of the question, making it clear that it was neither relevant nor acceptable. By handling the situation with such a strong, yet composed response, she not only defended her boundaries, but also sent a message to other women about asserting themselves in the face of sexism. Number 6. Helen Mirren shuts down. Objectifying question in iconic interview.
Well, I think that they might sort of detract from the performance, if you know what I mean.
Really? I can't think that can necessarily be true. I mean, what a crummy performance if people are obsessed with the size of your bosom or anything else.
In 1975, Helen Mirren sat down for an interview with renowned British talk show host Michael Parkinson. What began as a conversation about her acting career quickly took an unexpected turn. Instead of focusing on her body of work, the interviewer chose to ask a question that focused on her physical appearance.
I find, in fact, that this, what could be best described as your equipment, in fact, hinders you, perhaps, in that pursuit.
I'd like you to explain what you mean by my equipment in
Well, people watching...
great detail.
The question shifted the conversation from the talent of Helen to an irrelevant discussion about her figure, implying that an actress could only be considered serious if she fit a certain image. The question was part of a broader trend in the entertainment industry, where women, especially actresses, were often reduced to their looks rather than their skills. The expectation that the worth of an actress should be measured by how well she aligns with a specific image based on physicality was a limiting stereotype. It undermined the talents of women, suggesting that their professional accomplishments were secondary to their appearance.
Well, your physical attributes.
You mean my fingers?
No, I meant your...
Come on, spit it out.
I meant your figure.
My figure? Sorry, what was the beginning of the question? I've forgotten.
The question was, do you find that your figure, your physical attributes, which people always go on about...
Helen, however, was not going to let the question slide. With her characteristic wit and poise, she quickly turned the conversation back to her craft, making it clear that her worth as an actress was not defined by her physical appearance. She shut down the question with grace, reinforcing the idea that the value of an actress lies in her talent, not her looks. This iconic moment in the career of Helen continues to resonate today. Her ability to challenge the narrow expectations placed on women in the entertainment industry serves as an inspiration for future generations of women in all fields. It reminds everyone that talent and capability should always be the defining factors in evaluating a person, regardless of gender. The bold response of Helen Mirren in that interview continues to echo as a statement against the objectification and stereotyping of women in media. Number 5. Britney Spears calls out media double standards in early career interview. Britney Spears emerged as a pop sensation during an era when the media often scrutinized female celebrities in invasive and demeaning ways. From questioning her personal life to making remarks about her appearance.
Point where you see yourself as a role model?
Well, I mean, if they want to put me up on a pedestal like that, that's really sweet.
Journalists seemed to have no boundaries. In one particularly revealing interview from her teenage years, Spears responded to a line of questioning that highlighted the stark double standards women in the spotlight faced compared to their male counterparts. The interviewer had posed intrusive questions about her personal life.
It's a strange lifestyle, I'm sure, especially for someone your age.
Including inappropriate speculation regarding her virginity and whether she had undergone cosmetic surgery. These questions were not only invasive, but also deeply personal, showcasing a media culture that seemed fixated on tearing down young female stars. Spears, however, handled the situation with grace and clarity. She pointed out the disparity between how she was treated and the leniency shown to her male contemporaries, such as the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
You know, a lot of people ask me that, but the thing is I've been in this business on and off, and I did have a wonderful child.
While her male peers were allowed to focus on their music and careers, she was subjected to questions that had little to do with her talent or professional accomplishments. This moment was a powerful example of Spears asserting herself amidst a media landscape that often objectified and diminished young women. It also shed light on a broader cultural issue, one where female stars were held to unfair standards and subjected to relentless scrutiny. Reflecting on this interview today, it becomes evident how much Spears endured and how her experiences have contributed to ongoing conversations about the treatment of women in media and entertainment. Her courage in calling out these double standards remains an important part of her legacy. Number 4. Lady Gaga confronts rumor with grace and humor in Anderson Cooper interview. Lady Gaga, known for her bold personality and groundbreaking artistry, has often faced unconventional and invasive questions during interviews. One such moment occurred during a candid conversation with Anderson Cooper, where she addressed a persistent and baseless rumor about her gender identity with a response that has since become iconic. The exchange began with Cooper referencing a rumor circulating at the time, suggesting that Lady Gaga was a hermaphrodite.
You had a male appendage, that you were a hermaphrodite.
Many artists might have felt compelled to deny or clarify such claims, but Gaga chose a different approach. With confidence and wit, she remarked, "Maybe I do."
Maybe I do.
Would it be so terrible?
Would it be so terrible?
This disarming response immediately shifted the focus from the intrusive nature of the question to a broader perspective on acceptance and individuality. Gaga elaborated that her fans are uninterested in such gossip and emphasized that she herself saw no reason to validate or address the rumor through a public statement. Her sentiment was clear. Such speculative chatter held no bearing on her artistry or the bond she shares with her audience. By refusing to be defined or diminished by rumors, she reinforced her status as a trailblazer who prioritizes authenticity over conformity. Number 3. Carmen Carrera sets boundaries in a powerful response to an invasive question. In an interview with Katie Couric that has since sparked widespread discussion, model and activist Carmen Carrera handled an intrusive question about her transition with poise and grace.
Did you decide you wanted to fully transition and become a woman?
At a time when the visibility of transgender individuals in media was still gaining ground, Carrera used the moment to redirect the conversation toward more meaningful topics, offering a powerful lesson in advocacy and self-respect. During the interview, Couric asked Carrera a highly personal question about her transition, specifically referencing her private parts.
The medication your private parts are different now, aren't they?
It was a trans-misogynistic query that played into reductive narratives often used to define transgender individuals by their anatomy rather than their humanity or achievements. Couric later apologized for the question.
I don't want to talk about it because it's really personal.
But response of Carrera resonated deeply. Calmly but firmly, Carrera set the record straight. She expressed her discomfort and explained why she refused to engage in such discussions. "I do not want to talk about it because it is really personal," she stated.
I don't want to talk about it because it's really personal.
Pivoting the conversation to highlight her professional accomplishments, such as her work in W Magazine and Italian Vogue. Carrera emphasized that life as a transgender individual extends far beyond the physical aspects of transition. She wanted to focus on her modeling career, her aspirations for her family.
I still have my career goals. I still have my family goals. I want to have kids. I want to have more kids. I want to focus on that.
And the message she hoped to convey, that transgender people have rich, multi-dimensional lives filled with ambition and joy. This moment underscored a critical issue in media representation: the tendency to reduce transgender people to their transitions rather than celebrating their talents, achievements, and identities. Response of Carrera not only highlighted this problem, but also served as an inspiring reminder of the dignity and depth of the trans experience. Number 2. Scarlett Johansson shuts down inappropriate questions with wit and confidence. Scarlett Johansson is no stranger to the spotlight, having spent years in Hollywood as one of the most talented and sought-after actresses. However, despite her acting accomplishments, Scarlett has faced numerous moments during interviews where she was asked questions that were far more focused on her appearance than her craft. One particular instance occurred during a press event for Avengers: Endgame, where Scarlett faced some deeply inappropriate questions about her body and costume.
You're obviously Scarlett Johansson, so you probably don't have the same body worries as the rest of us, but was there a bit of you that thought, oh my god, that's tight?
During this press junket, an interviewer asked Scarlett about her fitness routine and whether she was able to wear undergarments in her Black Widow costume.
To wear undergarments?
You're the fifth person that's asked me that.
Well, no, because
what is going on?
The question was both invasive and reductive, focusing on her physical appearance and comfort rather than discussing her acting skills, character development, or the work that went into portraying one of the most beloved superheroes in the Marvel Universe. It was one of those questions that perpetuates a double standard. While male actors are usually questioned about their acting process, female actors often find themselves subjected to questions about their bodies and personal lives. Scarlett, known for her wit and sharp sense of humor, did not let the question slide. Instead of getting upset or brushing it off, she responded with sarcasm and firmness, making it clear that the question was inappropriate. She turned the focus back to the importance of her role, the dedication she put into her performance, and how the costume was just one part of the broader character development. Her response sent a clear message: women, especially in the entertainment industry, should not be reduced to their looks or treated as objects for public commentary. Ability of Scarlett to deflect the question with humor and intelligence highlighted the double standards that female actors frequently encounter and reinforced the idea that questions about professional work of a woman should never veer into territory that reduces her to her physical appearance. Number 1. Haley addresses inappropriate interview question with grace. This is our last but undoubtedly one of the most captivating moments on the list. and it perfectly captures why Hayley Williams is such an icon for her music and unwavering composure. During a radio interview meant to celebrate the achievements of Paramore, the conversation veered into an unsettling territory when the host asked Hayley an invasive question about her personal life.
Have you ever messed up a hotel room?
The question of the host crossed a clear line, asking about the timing of her last intimate experience, something entirely irrelevant and inappropriate in the context of the interview.
When was the last time you lied?
Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, Hayley showcased her remarkable poise. She calmly shut down the intrusive question, stating that such topics were not up for discussion, especially on a professional platform.
When was your last orgasm?
We don't talk about that on the radio.
Her response was both graceful and firm, setting a powerful example of how to handle such situations with dignity. What made this moment even more impactful was the support of her bandmate, who immediately voiced his disapproval of the question of the host. It was a strong show of solidarity and a reminder of the importance of supporting each other in moments of disrespect. From bold comebacks to moments of grace, these stories prove that standing up for respect matters. Drop a comment below with your favorite moment and give this video a thumbs up if it resonated with you. If you love this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel